dun 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 dun. Okay. Dun 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 dun. Oh, I can back up a little bit. Let's back up. Back up, my friend. Send me back to the Twilight Zone. No! I don't want to go to the Twilight Zone. No, I've been there long enough. Get me out of here. Okay. I am not. That's not nice, but whoa. Okay. I'm feeling good now. Ooh, wow. I must have put my. I did. I put my. I was searching for a set of keys in my car, and my really the internet is that bad in Irvine, California, folks. Irvine, California has bad internet, and you can't use the internet here and drive down the street in the main part of the city. I'm not like in a bad area. Wow. Internet bad, internet's bad. All the internet is bad, bad, bad. I'm just driving home. I'm driving home on a California freeway in Southern California. We're on the 405, then we'll get on the 55, then the 91, to the 6215, and the 74. I'm going to be on so many freeways. 405 to the 55 to the 91 to the 60 to the 215 to the 74. I didn't count. How many was it? The 405 to the 55 to the 91 to the 60 to the 215. Hi to the 215. So I'm going to go get on 6 freeways. 6 highways anyways. Hi, Cardi, and hi, Rachel. What's happening here? We are driving home, and I happen to have 2. You can count them. 1, 2 live streams. There's a forward view if you want to see what I'm looking at as I'm driving. Right now, I'm just sitting at a light. I'm at a light. I'm getting ready to drive home to Hemet, California, and I'm going to drive a long way. I do this a lot. I'm an electrician and a captain of a yacht. Today I did electrical work, so I was an electrician today. Sunday I'm going to be a shrimp boat captain. I'm just being forced up there. I'm not going to be a shrimp boat captain. I captained the Aviator out of Newport Beach. You can look it up. It's a very, very nice boat. And all I'm going to do is probably run the boat. Sometimes you just have to run her. That's all you have to do. You just have to run the boat. The owner's doesn't really take it out much. In fact, he said he'd sell it if he had the right buyer for it. So we'll see. Maybe he will. Hey, getting on the freeway. We're having some fun. In the boarding house in San Francisco, California. We got music, we have laughter, we have wonderful times here at the boarding house. But the only amazing thing to me is I get paid for doing this. I'm driving on the 405 freeway. It is, it's kind of a mess. Oh, look, I don't even have to get over. This is a lane. I'm not getting over. You go get over. I'm going to stay here. What do you think about that? And after you got over, I'm passing you. Okay. No one's on the forward cam, and only one person's on this cam. I do like to listen to stories. We could listen to a story about RoboCop and the history of it. Let's listen.
Coming to a sense of real human intelligence. While writing an outline for his idea, he encountered director Michael Miner, who had a similar robot-themed movie idea called Supercop. Over the next few months, the two collaborated on a spec script in their free time. Taking inspiration from Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, Neumeier conceived of killing off the lead character near the beginning of the film. However, this time the character would be rebuilt as a cyborg. Neumeier was also heavily influenced by the corporate culture of the 1980s, which he had an extremely critical view of. He said,
Here we go. I finally got it going on to
the world and
speakers. It's so sad when you try to... Look at that. There you go.
I own you. And he still does the right thing. That's the core of the film. To further satirize the Reagan-esque attitudes of the day, Neumeier and Miner came up with the idea of having news breaks throughout the movie. Television hosts who would be smiling brightly while reporting on horrific violence and hot new products alike. The spec script was completed by December 1984, entitled RoboCop: The Future of Law Enforcement. The two began shopping the script around in early 1985, eventually catching the eye of director Jonathan Kaplan and producer John Davidson at Orion Pictures. Davidson was a seasoned producer of B-movies and parodies and took to the satire of the script. In a meeting with Miner and Neumeier, he referenced Dirty Harry and Mad Max 2 for the tone he had in mind. When the writers agreed to take on board these notes and write a second draft, the project was given the green light. As Neumeier and Miner began work on the second draft, director Jonathan Kaplan left the project to direct Project X. Miner lobbied to direct the film himself, but Davidson refused, citing his lack of experience. Instead, he was offered the job of second unit director, but Miner turned this down. Directors who were approached to take over included David Cronenberg, Alex Kopp.
So, I'm just listening to the making of RoboCop back in the 1980s, and it's kind of interesting, but maybe not the tone of what I want to listen to today. So, you know what? I know one of the YouTube channels that I can listen to and not have to worry too much about if I can find it. Let's see. There we go. We can go forward. And I'm just sitting, I'm not kidding, I'm in 1 or 2 mile an hour traffic trying to get up to my next freeway. Looking for Leto's Law. I don't think it's in here. I know what it looks like, and I'm in the L's. I'll bet you he named his channel after him. He just calls it Welcome to Leto's Law with Steve Leto. So if we go down to the S's, we'll probably see him. It's stuck in the T's. There's so many T's. There's Steve Leto. Let's see what he has to say about what is going on. There's no audio. I forgot I had.
And apparently he was charging $25 a day for storage, which, as you can imagine, for something.
Leto's Law. Here's Steve Leto.
I got an update to a story I did not so long ago. A lot of people sent this to me. Thank you very much, from Denver7.com. It's an update on that electronics shop that was charging the storage fees and also suing people in Colorado, even though they lived elsewhere. So Colorado Electronics Repair Shop changes policies after judge throws out lawsuits against customers. Didn't throw them all out, but threw enough out to get his attention. Jack Allen and Joe Vaccarelli wrote this. The Colorado Device Repair Company is changing some of its policies after a recent court decision, or a spate of court decisions, if you count them by the cases. The company filed at least 85 lawsuits in Colorado against businesses and individuals saying that some of the customers abandoned their devices, resulting in thousands of dollars of storage fees and unpaid diagnostic charges. Last year, the company began filing lawsuits against those customers, many of whom do not live in Colorado. And so here is the issue, okay? You're in another state. Let's say that you're in Maine and you have a broken electronic device and you're thinking, should I throw it away? Can I find someone to fix it? Locally, you can't find anybody, but you go online and you find somebody in Colorado. It's got a website that says they can fix it, okay? So you package it up and you send it to them and they contact you and say, hey, it's going to cost this much to fix. And you go, don't want to do that. I don't think it's worth it. Question then is, do they ship it back to you? How much do you owe them for a diagnostic fee? And if you refuse to pay them, what happens? And I mentioned in the original story I did that many states will resolve here as long as the parties agreed to it in advance. When I did the video, I said, I'm not sure if that exists in this case, but I've seen many cases, and I gave you an example of the car lender for car loans that had the clause in their contract that said, even though you might be in Maine or Texas, you agree that if you have a legal dispute with us or we have one with you, it'll get resolved in Southfield District Court or Oakland County, Michigan. Take your pick depending on the amount of money, but it'll be resolved in Michigan, in Oakland County, quite possibly in Southfield. And many courts will uphold that by saying, well, you agreed to that when you got into it. Now, the diagnostic fee is another thing, which, again, if disclosed up front, might be enforceable. But on the other hand, if not, it might not be. But worse, storage fees, because apparently this guy who runs this business was charging people storage fees for things that he said he could not fix. So you send him something, and he goes, I can't fix this, or it's going to cost so much to fix, it's not worthwhile. And you say, okay, fine. You don't make arrangements to have it shipped back to you, and it's just sitting in his shop. And apparently he was charging $25 a day for storage, which, as you can imagine, for something small, might not be really conscionable. And so those are the biggest issues. One is the venue choice as to where it's going to be tried. Number two is the diagnostic fee. Is that clearly disclosed? And number three, is a $25 a day storage fee fair? And also, was that disclosed? So those are the big issues that popped out at me when I first read the first story. And now it appears that those, of course, were sticking points here because a Jefferson County judge dismissed 47 cases against out-of-state defendants, saying the court did not have jurisdiction in those cases. And there were at least 85 cases, so that is just a little bit more than half that were tossed. Now, following that decision, the company has now said that they've changed some of their policies. So the owner said, we immediately implemented some changes. We have respect for the court system. While we disagree, the comments that were made have led us to make changes. And this is the kind of thing, I know a lot of people think, attorneys cost a lot of money. I'd hate to spend a lot of money on an attorney just to have him give me some advice when I'm not being sued or anything. But an attorney would tell you, depending what state you're in, that yes, you can put that venue selection clause in there, but it's got to be worded this way. It's got to, and you can probably charge storage fees so long as they're reasonable and clearly disclosed. And likewise, that diagnostic fee makes complete sense. Again, disclose it and say how much it's going to be and go on from there. And a real issue that popped up here apparently was somebody would send something in and say, diagnose it and let me know. The guy'd come back and go, here's what it would cost for repair. And somebody goes, okay, I don't think it's worth it. Just throw it away. Well, there is a question about throwing something away that might have information on it, personal data and so on. So let's suppose you sent an iPad. He said, throw it away. Well, is this guy now supposed to throw it away in a way that is environmentally sound and protects your data? Or shouldn't he just send it back to you and let you take care of it? So there are issues like that as well. But those are the kinds of things you should be thinking about before you box up something you own and send it to another state for a diagnostic and repair. Some customers talked about this and said this was a weight off of them. The website showed that one man here who'd sent in an Xbox for repairs had racked up more than $3,600 in storage and legal fees. Now, it's not broken out which is which, but he spoke to Denver7.com, the TV station, and said, I think you guys shining the light on that really helped. I appreciate it for you guys taking the time. And this is a great example, and I'm going to do the thing I always do, where somebody shines a light. This is a spotlight, shines a light on a problem, and it's often the media, TV stations and radio stations. So an email sent to customers recently states that because of the court decision, company will deduct storage fees, and once a diagnostic fee is paid, the device will be shipped back at the company's expense. So pay the diagnostic fee and we'll send it back to you. You got to give these guys credit. They just don't see right from wrong, in my opinion, said another customer who said he won't be working with his company again in the future. He shipped the company a pair of binoculars, and that's the famous example, the binoculars, and accrued thousands of dollars of storage fees after the company could not repair them, but would not dispose of them. While the storage fees are no longer listed on his account, the legal costs remain. And he said, I think this is the dark side of the internet. I think that you have to be careful about who you contract with. I want to compliment all of you, referring again to the TV station. I think that this restores my confidence in journalism. I think it's an incredibly valuable institution. And this is a perfect illustration of why it's important to communities. Now, meanwhile,
This is Leto's Law, and he's talking about that electronics repair shop up in Colorado that was in the news lately that was charging people $25 a day after they would send them an item, and it would be like, oh, it's going to cost $3,500 to repair this Xbox. And they're like, what? Oh my God, I can't repair that. And then they wouldn't pay their diagnostic fee, so he started charging them $25 a day. And after they got to up to like $3,000, he would file a lawsuit with them in the court. And it would be in Colorado while they were out of state. And then he's sitting there trying to say, well, I've stored the item and they didn't pay the diagnostics fee. Well, the court threw all the lawsuits out, and they had to change their policy. And now it's just like, okay, pay the diagnostics fee and we won't charge you storage. We'll throw away the item, or we'll send it back at our expense. So it's like, why would you send something? Isn't there somebody closer by than sending it out to Colorado? That's crazy, man. Yeah, I'm in traffic. I'm in really, really, really bad traffic on the 55 freeway in Orange County. I'm going north, and it's just horrible to have to drive home at this time. But what are you going to do? Everybody else is driving home at the same time. But got a nice day of work tomorrow. Oh, yeah. I get to drive an RV. Yay! We're looking to purchase an RV. We're looking to go to Florida for a road rally. We're going to take one of many of the cars. I don't even know where the cars all are. Yeah, but we're just under 30 cars right now. We have 2 Lamborghinis now, 3 Ferraris, only 1 McLaren. Probably 3 Porsches, 3 Chevy Corvettes. No, 4 Corvettes. We have a 54 Corvette. We have a 63 Corvette. Actual split window. I have a 63 convertible, and then the C8 full carbon fiber. It's a 2022. Then the Porsche, there's two. There's the 50, I think it's a 55 Spider. It's like the same thing James Dean got killed in. No. And then there's the 2023 Carrera GT4 RS. Then let's see what else we have. Two Rolls Royce, the Wrath and the Phantom. Wrath and the Phantom. The Phantom's the convertible coupe version. How cool is that? Cool car. We got a Jeep, the pickup, whatever it's called. The Jeep pickup with about $100,000 worth of. It's all jacked up in here. And it'll never see off road because it would just be hell to clean. Ontario refrigeration is up ahead. Wow, is it cold? I'm going to turn that AC off. It's 63 degrees and my air conditioning is going. Oh, what is that? No new ladles. He was really good about putting out 2-3 stories a day, and today he did one. Really got embarrassed because somebody said somebody's tired of the car YouTubers. I'm not trying to be that. Got a lot of cars, but I'm not trying to be a car YouTuber. Ooh, it's raining now. Yeah, you can see it on the thing. Yeah, it just made a smear. Maybe I should wash it. Oh, I'm out of windshield washer fluid. Need windshield washer fluid. Yeah, it always does a courtesy sweep. Have one after, like it's done. All right, this is going to be. I wonder how long it's going to take me to get home. I'm just curious. Get the map out. Press home. Come on, home. It's a drive. And it's saying it's going to take an hour and 31 minutes. I guess I can't complain about that. My nasals are just destroyed. My sinuses. Oh, come on. 2 pills. We're having some fun. This is just over-the-counter stuff. Old Town Orange is historical. Second exit.